Suda, what's up?
Man, I'm a red pillar unironically.
All right, I'm checking your shit, okay? I'm scoping you out. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh yeah, the alt identifier even said you're distrusted. Yeah, okay. All right, I respect that. Okay, what's up?
Okay, so I am a leftist, but I'm a red pillar, and I want to know what your disagreements are with the red pill.
What? So wait, really quickly. I need to clarify right off the bat. By leftist, do you mean a leftist like me or do you mean a Nazbol?
No, no, I'm a socialist, but
But
the red pill is objectively like accurate.
wait, a
So
leftist but how do you feel about immigration?
it's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Can we talk about the red pill?
No, listen. I like. Listen. This is very intimate for me. I just like getting to know the people I talk to. Yeah, the red
Okay,
pill. What's up? What do you? Why? How did you
okay.
join the red pill?
So agree that women are attracted to masculine traits in men.
Not all women. I mean, some women. Yeah.
Majority of women.
I don't know. I don't have any data on that. I'm sure. Like maybe there's probably like an upward trend. Like a lot of women are lesbian. A lot of women like femi dudes, but. Yeah, probably. I'd be willing to bet that's going down though. Like over the past generation or two, I bet women are getting generally
Yeah,
more
no. Have you?
attracted to less masculine characteristics.
Oh no. Have you seen the TikTok? Have you seen the Zoomer generation? Instagram, TikTok, it's all the same uh Chad, like square jaw. It's the exact
A
same
Chad
that it's always
today
been.
looks really a Chad Zoomer looks really different from like a Chad Gen Xer. Like a Chad aren't Chad Zoomers all like Bieber-esque, like smooth face, swoop hair, like undercut motherfuckers? They look kind of
Yeah,
like they look like girls.
that's
I'm not shaming
that's
them or
because they're in
nothing.
high school. That's because they're in high school still, but they've still got the square jaw, the hunter eyes, all of that.
Yeah, but you can have
Like
those things
that.
as a woman too. I mean, square jaws are hardly and the eyes you're describing. These are just characteristics of attractive people. They're not necessarily like hyper masculine.
No, it's way more common to have eyes like that in men, and most women are attracted to those traits. And
Can I wait? We
so
don't have any data on this. I'm sure if we define a characteristic to be attractive, then obviously like more people are going to be
yeah,
attracted to it.
that's what I'm saying. So you agree, people who have these square jaws, Norwood Zero, 6 foot men are more white men are more attractive than everyone else.
You just threw a lot of stuff in there that we haven't. Okay, well, hold on. Let's talk about height. When it comes to height, for women, models, like female models, are also like crazy tall. They're like all 6'2", like they're my height. So there's obviously an element of the proportions given by height that denote some kind of attractiveness. Whiteness is considered attractive the world over, but that hasn't been the case historically. Historically, in places like India, China, Africa, archetypical beauty before global colonialism were usually sort of associated with the skin colors of those people. It's not a coincidence that white people, being the global economic, cultural, and military powerhouse, kind of led to a dissemination of values that favored our appearances.
Okay, can I go? Hang
Yeah,
on.
no, no,
You
okay.
do
I'm
this.
just, it's just all
Yeah.
very complicated stuff. We can take it one point at
No,
a
no,
time.
no. Because I see you do this in other debates. Like someone says something, and you're like, "Well, this is because of this history." But like, I'm not talking about the history. I'm talking about today. It doesn't matter why uh, white people are number one. They are today,
But it
and
does matter because there's a biological prescriptivism associated with red pill ideology. You guys don't say, "Oh, well, these characteristics are attractive today, ephemerally, whatever." You guys argue that there is a fundamental biological hierarchy of people with certain characteristics over other characteristics, and that it is rooted in the biology of human genealogy, which is just not true.
um,
But that's the argument I see from red pill types.
some people think that. I don't believe it's genetic. Yeah, I think it's because of history.
Nice,
But the
based. Well,
point
we can
is,
work off that then, right?
yeah,
We have to end the Chad hierarchy. What if we start normalizing beauty in people who don't just have those very specific characteristics?
yeah, I agree. But how can we do that if only women only want Chad.
But they don't. Women are, listen, I don't know how old you are. Once you get out in the dating world, there's a secret nobody wants to let you know, okay? Women have no fucking taste. They will settle for the schlubbiest, most useless, fucking abusive, worthless dude bros in the universe with like no fucking, just like all you have to do is like prey on their emotional insecurities because all women have been fucking subjected to abusive men at some point in their lives. The idea that women all like are can never settle for like the normal boys and then like go over to the 8 foot dick Chad is just it's just not what I've seen.
How do you? Okay, well, I'm an actual like incel, so I can. I'm 5'6". So I've been abused by women my whole life, and and I'm also ugly. So they clearly like run from me. I've literally run across the room from me
Okay, well,
when I've looked.
I don't know. So I can't individual. First of all men are kings. This is important to be known, okay? Regardless of one's height. Second of all, I can't like personally assess your attractiveness or anything. We're not like
Okay.
a this isn't like the Roshula or anything.
All
But
right.
but I do want to say like I know short men. I know men who are conventionally unattractive. They seem to be pretty successful. Confidence usually plays a pretty big ball in their ability to be sexually successful. While I do think that there is some unfairness with regards to how people are treated based on their appearance, I also think that a lot of it is heavily overstated by people who just want an excuse to not have to work on self improvement.
Okay, but you can't understand this because you're in the top 5% of genetics and on the
Not in the
planet
top 5%. I'm a fucking fat,
easily.
bearded man bun who just happened to be slightly taller than the average person. There's really nothing
No,
extraordinary about me.
but okay, how do you explain 80/20 or OK Cupid status if women don't have these high standards?
Because I think Tinder stratifies the sexual marketplace in a way that makes it really, really easy for people to be picky and choosy. There's also a social expectation that men approach and women be approached. So if you're like a chick, if you're a banging chick with like a fat pussy, and you're getting like 100 messages a day, of course you're going to select for the ones that are the most attractive to you. But that has a lot to do, I think, not so much with genetics and more to do with the social expectation that women be the gatekeepers of sex, which is pretty cringe, in my opinion.
Yeah, but okay. I want to talk about the behaviors of the red pill, not just the genes. So like the red pills like teaches that you need to show leadership, you need to be dominant, um, you need to tease, you need to lead, all of this. And
Well,
do you agree all of this so-called toxic traits are what women desire?
I don't think there's anything inherently toxic about confidence, authoritativeness, or being teasing. But I've been on the
No, I
Red Pill
mean like
forums. I mean, the Red Pill
yeah,
forums aren't just people looking to discuss sexual strategy, they're full of people who
yeah.
fucking hate women. And my
Okay, so
problem is
hang
the.
on, your only problem is the like that hating women, not the actual methods.
No, the hating woman is the bedrock of the red pill. It's like the Ferrero Rocher hazelnut inside of the chocolate shell of self improvement. Like I can give people personality advice, but I don't have to couch it in this weird prescriptivist assessment of how men and women have to be this or that. You're kind of furthering the problem when you act that way. If you agree with me that social standards are what set people's behavior, why would you make prescriptive judgments about what it takes to be a man and be sexually successful?
Because wait, because we have to do that if we want to succeed.
Sure, then women have to do what they do to maximize their happiness, and the cycle stays forever as it is now without any changes because nobody's willing to break the dynamic and break with
But
gender roles.
the so-called like the progressives, they don't care about breaking this dynamic. Like liberal women still chase after the same Chad, emotionally abusive Chads, just like everyone else
I,
does.
I don't I don't have any data on the emotional abusive chat or whatever. But if we're talking about breaking gender dynamics, then absolutely progressive people are in the forefront. Polycules, non-monogamy, open relationships, these things contrary to what a lot of red pill types believe, are actually weapons against this hierarchy of, gender relations, because they're the stepping stools that we get towards decommodifying sex and make it more of an open, free, egalitarian practice.
And yeah, no, no, liberal women are just as like picky and
Well,
like
oh, wait. Then why don't we work on that?
they don't want to like they'll preach about gender equality and oh, the sexual hierarchy is bad, and
Who's
they'll not
they?
go after the like liberal women.
Why are we
Like then
lumping all women together in here? We're talking about like hundreds of millions of people, right? It's a little weird.
you, you don't think I can like make generalizations about a group?
It's a little weird for you to say like women talk big about how they want to improve the gender dynamic, but then they just go after the chads. It's this, I don't know. It's just this weird ubiquitousness with which we assign their personality traits and behaviors that makes me a little uncomfortable.
Okay, no, I could say, well, people have this similar like behaviors that are because we live in a society. So we can see, I can say the same about men. There's a lots of generalizations that are accurate to men as well.
I just don't know if these are accurate because I don't know. Like I'm a fairly sexually successful person. In large part, not by the way because of my looks, not at all. It's because of my speaking ability. And I've interacted a lot with people who are sexually successful, and I'm really just not seeing this trend towards like the 80-20 thing. And I'll say this, the place where it was least prominent, the place where women seemed most willing to fuck whoever and men seemed most able to fuck whoever, was in my small hippy dippy college town where everyone was progressive, everyone was doing that free love shit, nobody cared that much, and as as a product, people stopped commodifying the value of their hookups and started just focusing on having fun. And it seemed like that led to a much healthier environment for people.
Okay, maybe in your Pacific
But
College.
that's just the experience that I had there. But these were all fairly progressive people. It seemed like a decent. It's very different from Tinder in Los Angeles. Let me tell you that Los Angeles Tinder is a hellhole. But
So LA blackpilled you, did it?
oh no, I'm white pilled, my friend. I'm very optimistic about my future. I don't know. Like if we want to solve this long term, we have to focus on the fundamental problem, which is the social expectation that women should be gatekeeping sex. That really is it. That's like the whole fucking the root of the problem. Also, we should make men beautiful again, okay? I'm tired of this fucking all girls are pretty ooh woo thirst posting, but then only like a 0.5% of guys are thirsted over. Let's make dudes beautiful again, okay? Let's put them out there, get them in some slutty ass clothing. I want some bare
I
midriff,
agree.
okay? I want the
I
ass
agree
hanging
with you.
out. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think yeah, I think well maybe not us hanging out, but I think we should have like it should be short male models that are like and there should be like, ugly men who should be, on TV and stuff because
Well, there are ugly
people
men on
just follow
TV.
whatever well, more ugly men on TV. And because people just follow whatever's popular. So if you put ugly men on TV, then ugly men in real life will actually start getting a bit more respect.
I think there are a lot of ugly men on TV. The issue is there are no ugly women on TV. If you want to be a fucking actress in Hollywood, you have to be. You can like there are some exceptions, like that one bitch who was in all the movies about singing, and she was in Jojo Rabbit. I don't know, but for the most part, like pretty much all women in Hollywood are like skinny, pale, attractive, symmetrical. I think actually
Mhm.
putting ugly women in Hollywood would go a long way towards destigmatifying the idea of like archetypical female beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, wait, ugly women? But no matter how ugly a woman is, they can still like get a date in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but one of
And
the
if
reasons for that is because we all fucking simp for them. All the dudes, we've been taught that we should be desperate for female attention, and women have been taught that they have to be picky and choosy with their with who they sleep with because it's a reflection of their character. So we've created a social dynamic where like it's like a fucking Mexican standoff. Like like who's gonna break first? Do I eschew my masculine pride and pursue someone, or does she overwrite 20 years of social coding and actually pursue like a dude off the bat. It's cringe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. It is cringe, but there's no real way to solve it apart from like as of right now, like if you're born ugly right now, then you're fucked basically. Because with with social media,
I
um,
know some ugly
thing,
dudes who get like mad pussy. It's not just because they're wealthy either. Confidence really. I This is another thing that bothers me about the red pill. You guys promote fake confidence, not real confidence. You guys all have a check sheet. Like you go out on a date and you all have like the instructions written on the palm of your hand. She just touched my knee with her hand. All right, now quickly turn to my left and neg her. Like you have like this weird, but it's not real confidence. Real confidence can get anyone anywhere. Now there's still disadvantage, of course, to being like unattractive or whatever. But it feels like the red pill doesn't really promote real confidence in people, which is kind of a shame.
it does promote real confidence. I used to be full red pill, and I went out um as like an ugly manlet, and I was confident, but it didn't make a difference because your face is your confidence, and that's how I became black pilled. And I realized that if you're ugly, it doesn't matter how confident you are. Like,
I was
it,
pretty unattractive in high school, and I was pretty. I was just loud and funny. I don't know. I mean, individual experiences vary, but I just know so many people who have overcome. You know that like glow up shit. Like, oh, he'll never get a girl, but then like he does. I don't know. It seems it happens a lot, but it never happens to the incel types, does it? I see this happen all the time elsewhere, but it never happens to the incel types, and I wonder if that's because there's a bit of a self-perpetuating characteristic to their communities.
so do you think that we were born like we like this by choice? We just but because I came into the incel community after years of rejection. It wasn't just like I don't know. I just wanted to join for memes or something like, and that's
I mean, I don't think it's a real choice. There have always been lonely and sad people, but now because of the internet, it's possible for lonely and sad people to atomize themselves further and then congregate around central communities that specifically speak to whatever insecurities they feel most burdened with. And sometimes that can lead to really, really toxic patterns of behavior. Incel communities are just full of people encouraging each other to kill themselves, telling them how they're ugly, there's no hope, there's no chance. These are not constructive communities in the slightest. And the phenomena of communities that were born around shared sympathy and complaining about a social issue, ending up reifying that issue, is hardly exclusive to the incel community. It's just something that tends to happen. It happens in the fucking femcel community. It happens in the community of like short dudes. Any group of people who get together because of an insecurity, if not carefully monitored, will start worsening that insecurity.
it's not really. But I would rather have the truth though. If I go in there and they say like it's over for you, I'd rather have that than have someone come and say, "Well, no, just be confident, and then you'll get to have a dating life." But
There are
I'd
never
rather
there are
to.
never guarantees, but if you tell yourself there's no chance, then you've guaranteed that there's no chance. Whereas if you keep trying, there remains a chance. There are confident, attractive people who die miserable and alone, and there are fucking Danny DeVito types, except less wealthy and famous, who nonetheless manage to find love and happiness. Maybe the odds are skewed in favor of one direction over another, but that doesn't change the fact that there's glory and benefit in trying. I mean, you kind of co-signed yourself to eternal misery if you're otherwise just like lay down and rot, like that's it. Like, okay, cool, just kill
Yeah,
yourself, I guess. Like, what else are you supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm just rotting.
Right, but wait, but why? Why not? Just do think. Go out. Wait, how many IRL friends do you have? I'm not trying to put you on the
Zero,
spot. Huh?
zero,
How
zero.
old are you?
24.
Okay, I'm not trying to shit talk you or anything. Just right. Okay, listen. Right now, we have a fucking pandemic going on. Okay, so obviously
Mm.
nobody can leave the house. Blah blah. Okay, this is a bad time to be trying to make friends. I'll tell you that. However, please, I mean, for the love of God, and I'm really trying not to be patronizing here or nothing. Just I've been in incel communities before, never as a participant, usually as an observer. And all the patterns and tendencies I've realized, I just don't think these are healthy places for people. If you could, find some stuff to do. outside. You'd be amazed how easy it is to make friends if you just go to a place where you know you'll meet people with shared interests, and you just stand there for like 90 minutes making small talk. Sometimes the lightning strikes, you know. I swear to you, I guarantee you that whatever you pick up on from those interactions will be infinitely more valuable to your self-fulfillment than any number of field reports from like red pill kings telling you how to juggle plates and maintain frame or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I've already tried all that, but it's like, yeah, but it's done. But so yeah. Anyway, we agree that society needs to change to accommodate that. But
Yeah.
how?
I do think men get the short end of the stick here. Yeah, for sure. Men are privileged in many ways over women or non-binary,
No,
whatever.
no. You need to average and above men are. Ugly men aren't.
Nah,
Just to
all
be.
men. No. Data skews
No,
against
no,
you
no,
here,
no.
my friend. When it comes to being taken seriously, respected in the office place, your economic mobility, your ability to convince other people, your perceived charisma, all of these things skew towards men, regardless
So
of
when
your
I walk
appearance.
into a room as a 5'6" frame cell, I'm gonna get the same respect as a attractive woman.
Well, it depends on the room, right? I mean, if it's a corporate boardroom, then yeah, depending on your station. Yeah. And also again, we're talking statistical averages here. Maybe you personally haven't been relegated much respect in your life, and that's a shame. But just broadly speaking here, men do have a lot of privileges disconnected from their
Yeah.
appearance. Now, of course, being an attractive man is better than being an unattractive man, but with this specifically, with this particular problem, I do think men get the short end of the stick. I think it sucks. I think we got to work on improving society, make men beautiful. I mean,
But
treat men like they're beautiful.
how do you solve this though? Is that even possible?
I think so. First, at first we break down the barriers between men and women. We're already working on this, okay? Men should be able to wear jewelry. Men should be able to wear gay ass fucking dresses if they want. I don't know, okay? Because the reason why clothing's a big part of this. Have you ever noticed how if you go to like Target, you check out the clothes, men's clothes are like, here's 18 varieties of gray and khaki jeans, and here are some graphic tees. And then you go to the woman's clothing, and it's like a fucking mountain of variety. Even the shittiest stores have better women's clothes than the best stores have men's clothes. They got color, they have variety, you can layer and pattern. The reason for this is because fashion designers know people think women are pretty and should be pretty. People think men are schlubby and ugly, and it doesn't matter what they wear, which is why, I think in large part, we fetishize female beauty and ignore male beauty. We all need our fancy ass clothes. We need to destigmatize women being more sexually proclivious. And also, I think lessening the rate of abuse between men and women, like the extent to which men kind of subjugate women, would probably go a long way towards alleviating generational trauma, maybe making women a little bit more comfortable opening their legs up, doing some wild shit, because, as it stands now, it feels like just about every woman 30 or older has been like abused or sexually assaulted at least once in their lives. That's probably not great. If we fix that, it might make things a little healthier, That's my ideas. It's a complicated subject, but I agree. Something needs to be done. I'm not trying to ramble.
Say, but yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So.
That you want to wear dresses?
No, I don't want to wear dresses.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I don't either. All right, I'm cool, dressing the way I am. But you know what I dream of? Okay, can I share a personal? This is private, okay? I've muted the stream. Nobody else can hear me but you. Okay. All right. Don't say the N-word. All right. My dream. Okay. I wish I could have done this at Politicon. Okay, but now Politicon's gonna be closed because of the corona. But what I've always dreamed of is I'd go there, it'd be like a public, I'd meet all the other fucking YouTubers and shit, and I'd be wearing a mesh top, like a black mesh, like thick mesh, with like a big A, like an anarchy symbol in the center, with a fucking expensive red leather jacket and tights and like giant black boots. And I would have the wingtip shit, and I would be like and I'd be like ripped or something, and I'd be the most I'd be the hottest fucking, I'd be an absolute fucking demigod, you know, walking it out. And a lot of that stuff, a lot of that clothing, you know, and that aesthetic would have been inaccessible publicly to men like 20 years ago. So I feel like there's already, you know, positive change that's been made. It's just a matter of pushing it forward, right?
Oh, hopefully, maybe one day, if you're born like me, you'll have a better life. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, listen, your life ain't over yet, okay? Try to forestall the LDARing, you know, and
Yeah.
yeah, after we're done with the fucking quarantine, God only knows how long it'll last. Hey, maybe you'll die from corona. Who knows? Lots of crazy stuff can happen. But if you don't, please, God, don't give up, okay? Please don't. There's so much value in trying.
All right. Thanks. I'll keep it in mind.
I love you.
I love you too.
That's another thing we got to normalize. Kings and other kings respecting each other and showing affection. That's what we need. I know you agree. All right.
Agree.
Have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.